One. Hi, everybody. We're back. Our story this week is called The Lord My Shepherd. Now, the last time we had a story, we had bickies and everything. And David was anointed king of Israel. But he didn't get a whole big army and overthrow King Saul. He went back to his sheep. I think it might have been because he wasn't all grown up yet. Yeah, there's your hat. There's your hat.
It's wet.
It got a little bent while I was trying to tighten it. We'll have to fix it at some point. Alrighty. The Bible doesn't say why David went back to his sheep instead of becoming king right away. In the story of David and Goliath, King Saul called David a youth, meaning that he wasn't grown up yet. But in our story next week, somebody called David a man. So we don't really know how old David was. Now look, what's that funny thing up in the corner? It's a what? What's that? Sheep. Now David was a shepherd. That means he looked after sheep. Did you know that shepherds would live and eat and sleep with their sheep? Can you imagine going to sleep out in the field with sheep? Ow! Every night, the shepherd would put their sheep in a pen. You see the walls? They put their sheep behind the pen to keep them safe from like lions and bears. You remember the lions and bears? Then the shepherd, now let's be nice. The shepherd, there wasn't any gates. It had no gates. The shepherd would lay down and become a gate. You see that? See him? See the man laying down? The shepherd would lay down and be the gate. And that's where he would sleep. So that the sheep couldn't get out unless he crawled over David. And the lions and the bears couldn't get in unless they crawled over David.
Unless they ate him.
Well, there's that too. Thank you. Let's be nice. Sometimes it probably got a little boring and lonely as a shepherd out there in the fields with all the sheep. Sometimes it was scary. Like at night when you had to sleep outside, or when there were lions and bears around. Now, no monsters, just lions and bears. Are you listening? Listening? So there's David. Can you find David? There's David. He's got his harp. Where's yours? There's your harp. David, we know that he loved to sing. He also wrote lots of songs. The Bible has 73 of David's songs. Wow. That's a lot of songs.
400, that's a lot. Get up a bit.
David was so good at singing and playing the harp, he was famous for it. Lots of people knew that he could sing really well. We've learned about one of David's songs, Psalm 23. In that song, David said that God was like a shepherd to us. So let's learn a little bit about what it means to be a shepherd. Now, James has got his little sheep. He's going to cuddle it close. Blake's got his little lamb. He's going to cuddle it close, and we're going to take good care of our sheep. Let's learn about what it takes to be a good shepherd, to look after our sheep. Now, the Lord's my shepherd, I shall not want. I shall not want means that you have everything that you need. You do not want or need anything. Now, look at these pictures. There's two. There's 2 dogs and 2 sheep. Now, which one do you think doesn't need anything?
I don't got sheep.
No? Well, did you toss your sheep aside? Whoopsies, that's not a very good way to look after it. Now, look at these sheep.
Oh, no.
Look at the doggy. Which doggy do you think is healthy and which doggy do you think is a bit sick? Which one's healthy? That one. Good job. Which one's a bit sick? That's right. He's in want. That means he wants stuff because he wants something to eat, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when God looks after us, we're not going to want anything. We won't want food because we're all full. He feeds us full. So, yeah, he feeds us full. So which one of these sheep do you think is wanting something, wanting some food? Which one do you think, Jamie? Now, he doesn't need food. He's all full. He needs food because he's a bit sad, isn't he? Yeah, he's a bit sad. He's all laying down and he's sad and crying. He's all upset. This sheep is in want, but God, we don't want anything when God looks after us because he always looks after us right. The good and healthy sheep is a picture of how God cares for us. He gives us everything we need. We shall not want with God. The Lord's my shepherd. He maketh me to lie down. Look at the little lamb. Look at him lying down. Did you know that a healthy sheep won't lie down unless they feel safe and happy? David is saying that he knew he could lie down and rest in peace because God would keep him safe, even if he was sleeping out in the fields as a human gate to protect his sheep from lions and bears. Ooh. Okay. The Lord, do you want to swap sheep? Can we swap sheep, Blake? We can swap sheep. There we go. You got Lammy, Blakey's got the other sheep. Okay. Now God is not like this bad shepherd. Is that bad shepherd helping the sheep?
No.
No, he's running away. But God's not like that. He doesn't leave us to the wolves. God turns around and fights the wolves.
He's running away from that bad dog.
He is. He's running away from the bad dog, but God's not like that. God will fight the bad dog and keep us safe. God kept David safe, and he'll keep us safe too. We can lie down and rest in peace, for our good shepherd watches over us. In green pastures, it said, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Now, why do you think green pastures is important? What do you think?
They can lie down, I guess, anywhere.
Maybe. What do sheep eat?
Grass.
They do. Sheep eat grass. What if a shepherd took his sheep to a desert with only tufts of brown grass here and there? Would your sheep be fat and healthy, like the sheep that doesn't want? Would it be fat and healthy?
Can I not be fat?
No, we're talking about a sheep. Look, our sheep here is all fat and plumpy and healthy. Isn't he? Fluffy. But if the sheep only got a little bit of grass, would he be healthy or would he be in want? He would be in want, that's right. They would be sick and in want. Look at the poor sheep. He didn't get enough to eat. God, the Bible says that God takes us to places. A good shepherd leads his sheep to a land with soft, sweet, tasty green grass. Look at all that green grass for them to eat. David is saying that God looks after us and leads us into good places. He takes us to good places. Now, our Bible verse also said that the shepherd leads me beside still waters. Look at that water. Does it look still?
No.
Oh, it's rushing and rapid and roaring.
Rapid like the ball. Waterfall.
Uh-huh. Did you know that sheep will not drink from water that's moving fast? They're scared. They get scared of it. So if a shepherd took a sheep to get a drink from a roaring river, the sheep would walk away and he would die of thirst just because he was too scared to drink the water, even though the water was right there.
I don't want to without you.
Okay, you ready? Look at this water. Is it moving? No, it's nice and still. God leads us by the still waters. That means a little bit, but not lots. A little bit. A little bit. David's saying that God knows what we like and what makes us scared, and God takes good care of us. Now that we've learned more about the song, let's sing it. You ready? You got your harp?
It's broke.
It's not broke. It's just tightened up. You ready?
Well, what's that?
You ready? The Lord, I can't remember my song. I know, I'm singing the other My Lord is My Shepherd song.
I shall not want.
I know. Hang on. The Lord's my shepherd, I'll not want. He makes me down to lie in pastures green. He leadeth me the quiet waters by. Goodness and mercy all my life shall surely follow me, and in God's house forevermore my dwelling place shall be. So there was David. Can you see David? He's playing his harp just like you.
It's a weird harp.
He's playing. They had different kinds of harps
I
back then.
know.
He was playing and singing and caring for his sheep when someone came running. Do you remember what happened the last time someone came running to David while he was with his sheep?
Do you remember the last one?
No, last time? Scary stuff. It wasn't scary. What happened, Blake?
It was Goliath.
It was not Goliath.
Oh, he was like a crown king.
He was crowned king. That's right.
Oh.
David was anointed king. Now you see Samuel pouring the oil over David's head. This time, the messenger said, David, King Saul wants to see you. Can you see King Saul? Where's King Saul? There he is. He doesn't look very happy, does he? Uh-oh, that's right. Had King Saul heard about Samuel anointing David the next king? Did he want to kill David? Samuel had been scared that King Saul would find out he'd anointed another king. Did Samuel need to be afraid of King Saul? Did he? Do you remember?
No.
No, because God is so much, much bigger than King Saul. We never need to be scared either, because God is bigger than anything that scares us. I wonder what David does when he hears the message. Do you think he might be scared?
No.
You don't think so? Well,
No.
you'll have to wait till next week to find out. What did David do every day and every night? Do you remember what did David do?
No, Hammer. He made a human gate for the sheep when they went to bed.
He did. He made a gate for the sheep. He was a shepherd. He looked after the sheep. Now, who is our shepherd and what kind of shepherd is he? Who's our shepherd?
God.
God. Good
I
job.
did. Good job,
And Blake, do you remember what kind of shepherd is he?
He's a caring.
A
One
caring.
that we won't want.
That's right. We won't want him a caring shepherd. He's our good shepherd. Our good shepherd. See the good shepherd holding the sheep all nice and cuddly close? Where's the bad shepherd? Where's the bad shepherd? There he is. There's the bad shepherd. God is our good shepherd and he takes good care of us. Now, do you remember what does I shall not want mean?
I don't need anymore.
I
I'm hungry. If I'm hungry, God will care for me.
If you're hungry, God will care for you. You don't need anything. I shall not want means God gives us everything that we need. I love the little sheep. It's cute, isn't it? Bah, little sheep. God gives us everything we need. That's what we shall not want means. Dane, do you remember what God, he said, God maketh me lie down in green pastures.
What does
That's
that
a
mean?
funny thing. Do you remember what that means? Yes, God is our shepherd. Good job. Now, Blake, do you remember what that means, that God makes us lie down in green pastures?
That he gives us what we need to eat.
It's hard. Sheep won't lie down unless they're happy. So God, we can rest in peace, meaning we can go to sleep at night. We don't have to be scared. We can rest in peace because we know that God will keep us safe and look after us and take us to good places. Now, what does he leadeth me beside the still waters mean? James, hang on, we'll ask James this question. James, do sheep like water that's moving? Do you remember? Do sheep like water that's moving fast? No, that's right. High five. Good job. Sheep don't like water that's moving fast.
They're scared.
Now, let's see if Blake can remember. What does that mean?
Because they're scared.
I know.
God will
What?
make us feel safe.
God will make us feel safe. That's right. God knows what makes us scared. You listening? God knows what makes us scared. He's our good and great shepherd, and he knows how to look after us. So he won't take us places that make us scared. He'll help us. Now, let's read our Bible verse. You ready? The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want.
He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He anoints me.
Hang on. We're going to the last verse. Surely goodness
and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life,
and I will dwell
in the house of the Lord
forever. All right, great job. Now, James, you know this next Bible verse. Last week we had another Bible verse about a good heart. And what kind of heart's that? Bad heart. That's right. It says that man looks on the outside, the face, but God looks on the heart. What kind of heart do you think David had? Do you think David had a good heart or a bad heart? Good. That's right. Now, Blake, you might know the answer to this. How do we know that David had a good heart?
The monk followed God, and the monk
He followed God. Yeah, that's a good answer. Can't think of anything else? That's all right. He followed God. That's a great way of knowing if someone's got a good heart or a bad heart. To see if they follow God. You ready? Here's the answer, James. David was responsible. He carefully looked after his sheep. See the shepherd looking after the sheep? See the shepherd up there looking after the sheep? David was brave and he loved God. These are things we can see, even if we cannot see our heart. Can you see your heart?
No.
No, but you can. Blakey, I'll ask you about that, please. We cannot see our hearts, but you can make sure you're working to have a good heart by being brave and responsible. That means doing what you've been asked to do. And most importantly, loving God.
You get bad heart.
No, we do not talk about people having bad hearts. We talk about our own heart. We want to make sure our own heart is good. Now, our next song, you like this song, James? It's another way to make sure we have a good heart.
The bad
Bad heart?
Easy. The bad one was one way. So he was the daddy had one.
Yes, when they're scared. That's right.
He's got a bad heart.
Yes, he had a bad heart because he was scared and didn't trust God. Now, this is a good way to have a good heart. It's our new song, remember? I will obey the first time I'm told. I will obey right away. Never asking why, never with a sigh. I will obey right away. Do you remember that song? That's another way to make sure we have a good heart. Here's our Bible verse. Look, can you see the lady looking at herself in the mirror? Can we see our hearts through the mirror? No. Man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh where? Where does the Lord look?
Man the outside.
Man looks on the outside, but where does God look?
Out.
On the heart. God looks on the heart.
Never.
Yes. All right, you ready to say our Bible verse? Man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. 1 Samuel 16, verse 7. Are you ready? Man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. 1 Samuel 16, verse 7. All right, that's all for this week. Bye.